Hermes. If I may interject here, it might be wise to define a few of our terms a bit more exactly before moving on. We've spoken fairly freely of mind, of consciousness, of intentionality, but whether we all understand the same things by those words isn't clear.
Psyche. Quite true. Yes. Well, by consciousness, I mean subjective experience, immediate awareness, existing in an entirely private and incommunicable way. One can also call it phenomenal or qualitative consciousness, because it's the experience of how things appear or seem or feel, the private awareness of a single quale, or of several qualia, to use the preferred technical term. The what's it like, that is, of seeing the colour blue, or of tasting a glass of wine, or of feeling a draught of wind come in through a window. It applies, though, not only to sensory experience, even though a great deal of philosophy of mind often proceeds as if it does. It includes all forms of subjective experience, including one's awareness of one's own emotional states, of one's intuitions, of the atmosphere of one's moods or convictions, of what it feels like to believe something or to imagine something, even one's awareness of one's awareness.
Hermes. So I thought.
Psyche. Mind you, this is complicated by the reality that some philosophers like to distinguish between consciousness and awareness, or consciousness and cognizance, postulating that there may be such a thing as unconscious experience. Maybe we're aware of things of which our conscious intellect is not immediately apprised. A subliminal perception or suggestion, perhaps, or something just at the periphery of our attention that the conscious mind doesn't quite register. The field of one's awareness or cognizance may be wider and more constant than the specific focus of mental attention, and consciousness may exist only by degrees, according to the contractions or intensifications of that attention. Some philosophers even speak of access consciousness, a kind of mental state one possesses that has no phenomenal content, but that becomes actively conscious in relation to other mental states, such as when one is, say, reasoning something out, or constructing a discourse. I find all of that only marginally interesting, however, and rather beside the point. When I use the word therefore, I mean all forms of subjective, immediate, private knowledge, in whatever degree or intensity it happens to exist.